Hi, everyone. I am Michelle, and welcome back to Just Between Us Unfiltered. Today, we have a lovely guest, Heather from the Hood. Hi, Heather. How are you?
I'm well, thank you for having me.
And today, we're going to do a very special episode of Am I the A hole? So, welcome to Just Between Us Unfiltered. As I said, I am Michelle.
And I'm Tiffany, and we said what we said.
All right. All right, guys. So, you guys really like these Reddit stories. So, we got a couple of them for you today. Am I the a hole? So, I'm going to go ahead and look at my notes here as I read the first one to you guys. This one says, am I the a hole for refusing to appear in an apology video? A week ago, my neighbor, 16, unintentionally scratched my car with her bike. She immediately stopped, started crying, and called her mother for assistance. The scratch appeared worse than it actually was, and in retrospect, it was simply polished away with a very small amount. Since it was an accident and it was a very minor one, I didn't charge the girl or her mom. When she apologized, I told her it was all right and advised her to be extra cautious next time, especially around cars. A few days later, her mother wrote that her daughter still feels a bit bad and wishes to offer a more sincere apology. I wrote that everything is good. I don't have any problems with them at all. She said they would deliver a cake as a small act of peace. I agreed and thought, okay, that would be very sweet. When they arrived, the girl was holding a cake box in her hands and her mother had a phone. The girl began muttering about taking responsibility and putting things right, but it appeared as though she wanted the earth to engulf her. Then her mom quietly said, now give him the cake and ask if he accepts your apology. I looked at her again and asked if she was being filmed. Her mother said that she wanted to make a video as it serves as an excellent illustration of how young people can take responsibility for their actions. She said she could hide my face, but she needed to do a video of me accepting her apology from her daughter. I took the cake and told the girl that everything was okay between us and that I had already accepted her apology that day. Then I turned to her mother and I said I did not want to be a part of this video. She started arguing with me and said that I could have just let her finish properly, but in the end, I just went home. Girl mom is very upset with me now and doesn't even say hello to me when she sees me. For the sake of being a good neighbor relations, perhaps I could have waited 30 seconds, but I don't like how a simple apology was transformed into a scene with the girl being really uncomfortable. I was filmed without my permission, and I might have looked after it published as someone who demands apologies from kids. Am I the a hole for not being in the apology video? So, what do you
No,
guys think?
I have a lot of thoughts.
so do I.
This is very reminiscent of a conversation I just had with my mom. My mom, there's someone I haven't talked to in a long time. And I used to talk to this person all the time when I would call and I would drive to work because I had a long commute, but I've been unemployed, so I haven't been talking to her. So my mom's like, well, you should call her and apologize that, the reason why you haven't called is because, you're not commuting anymore. I'm like, why do I need to apologize? She hasn't called me either. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what has happened in the situation. I don't expect an apology. So, forcing people to apologize when they haven't done anything wrong, giving that example to a child is wrong because you're teaching them that they might have to apologize at times when they've already apologized and it's been accepted. It's just wrong. Secondly, if someone doesn't want to no means no. Okay, no is a complete sentence. He didn't want to be in the video. He didn't want to take the apology. He didn't even feel she needed to apologize. It's all
Mhm.
sorts of wrong. I am 100% on the poster side and on the child side. That mom is messed up.
I'm with you, Tiffany. Um, what I'm hearing is this girl who's 16 already feels bad. She's already crying. Like, so we're all like girls, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'd feel horrible. She already apologized for her mess up. She feels bad. You don't cry if you don't feel bad, right? And this mom is looking for her TikTok moment, her YouTube moment. You know that. Now, again, I'm the Canadian in the group, right? We have laws here. You pull out your phone in front of me, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna tell you right now. Um, and you're gonna get charged because you're not allowed to film people without their consent here.
Mm.
And I don't know what the laws are in your states or in your country, but I know the laws here. She is looking to be an internet sensation and make some bucks. That's wrong. And you're using your kid as a pawn. She already feels bad enough. The person with the car already said, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Thank you for the cake. I would have taken that cake and shoved it down their throat. That would have been a TikTok sensation.
Here,
Let
record
me tell
this.
you now. Oh, God. I would have made a spectacle of that mother because I'm a horrible person. But, like, no, like, your kid feels bad, you're being a D-bag, let it go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those mom influencers, and she's trying to have her moment, she's trying to have content. So the whole to do about making the cake and then bringing it over to apologize to a person who's like, we've already apologized, and clearly she doesn't care about humiliating her daughter. It's all about her 15 minutes of fame. So she's got to be a TikToker, an influencer, and I think the neighbor has a right to say, "I don't want to be a part of this video, ma'am. Thank you." You can't force people to want to be in your damn video. If he was didn't know you were going to film him, you could have said, "Hey, is it okay if I film you accepting a cake and apology for this video? I'm trying to teach kids." You could have given him the option. You don't just whip out your phone and say, "Okay, we're going to go ahead and film you." And she's like, "Well, I'm going to hide your face," but that's not the point. So I
May
think
I
you
ask
got
a
to go correct.
question,
Mhm.
though? Because I'm old, I'm 48 years old. When has this become a thing? Well, it's not true unless it's filmed, right? Why can't you just go up and be like, "I'm really sorry my kid scratched your car. Here's a cake." Unless it's filmed, it's not true anymore. Like, people are missing marbles. That's all I have to say. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that this is not normal. This is not normal behavior.
No, I remember when I was in high school, you guys. I was in high school and I was on the dance team. Remember we had those old-fashioned thermos waters that you had to fill
Yep.
up, and I remember I was literally 2 houses down, didn't even make it off down the street. My stepmom was asleep in bed, my dad was at work, it was in the summer, and I was on my way to dance camp, and I was running late. I know, Tiffany, it's shocking. So I was driving in the car, not even that fast, and my thermos had fallen over, and so I went to go pick it up, but because I was a genius driver at 16, I went like this with the steering wheel to bend over and pick up the thermos, and I bumped right into my best friend's car, which was an old beater, and it was parked on the street, and the car went boop, and it started moving, and I was praying to God it wasn't gonna hit another car and it gets stopped by the trash bags on the street. My car, my dad's car, was total. It was like an accordion. It was like Honda, it was an accordion,
Oh,
and her car got like a little scratch, okay? And it just kinda went moving, and it luckily got stuck by the trash can, right? So I had to walk 2 houses down and wake up my stepmom and be like, Nancy, I had an accident. Totaled the car, just got my license." I mean, my dad was just thrilled with me. But the point is we just told our neighbors, "Sorry." And they were like, "Whatever." It didn't even damage their car, but our car was totaled. But can you imagine if they would have made me do this whole humiliation? I felt bad enough that I literally totaled a family car, right? It was terrible. So I was so humiliated that I had to wake her up and tell her I totaled the car.
that's worse. What's worse?
Yeah,
Going to have to go, like, and again, we're all like, well, we're Gen X. Tiffany's
yeah,
young.
yeah,
Um,
Yeah.
the dun, like, you're walking the green mile. You gotta
yeah.
go tell your parents you wrecked their car. Oh God, Lord help you. Right?
Oh,
What
the story gets worse. The story gets worse. I shouldn't tell people this, but she took the credit for the police officer, and she said that she did it because I had just got my license. And the police officer is staring at her like she's crazy. He's like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "I just hit it." And he's looking at her like, "Whatever." So they basically said that she did it, and then 2 weeks later, she got in another accident. She had 2
Oh, no.
record.
And I
And
bet you she
it
was
was
cursing your name.
canceled.
Shouldn't have taken
Yes,
that on.
their insurance was canceled, and do you know for 30 years, I never lived that down.
Yeah, probably. You guys still friends?
Oh, she passed away. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'm sorry
My
to ask
my
that
best friend from
question.
high school my best friend from high school no, no, no,
I'm
my
sorry.
stepmom. My
I'm
stepmom
sorry.
passed away.
Oh,
No, the
oh,
girl was in high
oh,
school, like,
girl.
after I'm so sorry. No, 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 okay, we'll cut that out. No,
okay.
the girl from high school, I mean, we don't talk anymore, was like I graduated 30 years ago,
Oh,
guys. This was a
oh.
long time ago, I was, like, maybe 16, and we're talking ancient times. No, but I used to get rides from her every morning, to school. Thank God I didn't total her car, but we totaled the family car. And I wasn't going that fast. It was, like, 35, but it was, like,
I know,
boom.
but you're driving a Honda. Like we had a Honda Civic,
Yeah,
man. Me and my sister both crashed that car
yeah,
a couple thousand times. My dad's had exploded.
yeah.
But, live and learn. Turn your wheels in.
I
Tell
remember
tell your friend that.
I used to
Turn
make
your
my
wheels in,
dad
your car won't
yeah.
move.
I remember I used to make my dad so mad because when you're a teenager, you just don't think. I used to have the radio so he would get in the car in the morning with his coffee, and he's all tired, and he turns the car on, the radio would be so loud. I would scare the bejesus out of him. He's like, "God darn Michelle, turn down the goddamn radio," because I would forget, when you're a kid, you just turn off the car, and he gets in the car, and this is blaring rock and roll music, and in the morning, he's just trying to get to work, and I scare the crap out of him every morning. I used to get in trouble for that all the time, so our next story is, am I the a-hole because mom wants me to spend a lot of my paycheck on gifts? This one says, so I, 19 female, got my very first summer job recently, working a good amount, and I'd say I'm making a decent amount for a part-time job. Issue is, I owe my friend about $300 and my mom over $400 the past few months for concert tickets and other leisure expenses. I'm the type of person who really likes to just get that out of the way. So my first 1.5 to 2 paychecks are going to paying off my friend and my mom. Basically means I won't get any money for myself in June except for a small amount. My mom wants me to spend another $50 to $100 on gifts for relatives for no reason other than treating them with my first paycheck. My dad's birthday is also soon, so I need to save for that. And I told her I don't know if I'll be treating everyone else to gifts at the moment since I still want to get all the money I owe people out of the way first. We got into an argument over it this morning. She told me I have no regard for other people, am greedy, and only care about myself. I don't know if I'm being greedy, but I want to know if I am. I feel like I'm obligated to treat everyone out with my paycheck now, and it has stress and it has been stressing me out. Again, he says, edit, I am from South Asian household, so it is a part of my culture, but I do find it weird that I am expected to give gifts to my relatives for no reason. So, what are your thoughts on that?
this is how we end up in debt.
Yeah.
This is we teach financial literacy in the home. And this young person is trying to be responsible, paying off debts, not spending money he doesn't have and hasn't earned yet, prioritizing his dad's birthday over other people that are not that familiar. And I I applaud the poster here.
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of wisdom in his 19 years.
So this is what I'll say. I have a 27-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 17-year-old. Good on this kid for having a job at 19. Good on this kid for paying back his debts. Now, we're at $700, 300, 400, 700, right? The fact that this person knows that paying back your debts is the first thing that comes out, good on them, because a lot of other people would be like, I don't know you, right? So good for them. And no, this is not on the 19-year-old, and here in Canada, at 19, you can go drink. You can go be a bar star, right? Alberta's 18. 19, I don't know any
Wow.
19-year-old that would pay you back because it's gonna take out from being a bar star, right?
Exactly.
So, good on this kid, right? And no, your job is not to give to other people, because to me, this is, in my brain, makes you a doormat.
Mhm.
Because you give a little, you give someone an inch, they'll take a mile. Why are you paying for someone else? You're 19. You should have a savings. You should have a job. You should go see concerts. You should go to the amusement park. You should go to you should travel. You should have a bank account for seeing the world. That is my big regret. See the world. This is what I tell my kids, right?
Yeah.
I don't want nothing from you. I don't want, like, it was my birthday on Tuesday, and I said, I don't want nothing from you. I don't. Say happy birthday, mommy. Goodbye. Right? I want you to be a product of society. I want you to have a job. I want you to be a decent person. And I don't want you living in my basement when you're 30. Like, please, please be a product of society. And all this is doing is making this kid have guilt that they should not have.
Right. And he also did mention he is from South Asian. So a lot of these cultures, they feel like when young kids start earning money that they need to start paying the parents back and they need to start, buying gifts for people. And I think, like, I watch a lot of 90 Day Fiancé. I don't know if y'all watch that show, but it's true. A lot of times they marry into Americans, and then all of a sudden the family's like, "Oh, now you can start paying our rent. You can start sending us money every month. You can buy me a new computer. You can buy me a TV." And it's not even about respect, it's about taking advantage
Right.
and expecting people to buy and do things for you because you have money. And
Well,
that's
may
not
I
really
say
teaching them
something?
anything great.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm so sorry. I'm Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Tiffany's Persian.
Armenian.
Oh,
I'm happy.
sorry.
Yeah, it's our culture too.
Sorry. Like,
Yeah.
we, like, Eastern European, like, I think we get each other, right? I get
Yeah.
Asian. I live in a highly populated
Right.
Asian culture here in Vancouver.
Mhm.
I get it. But at a certain point, I'm like, no, like, yeah, help your parents, have a savings account, whatever else. But I don't care if you're, like, related to me 5 generations down the line. That's not my responsibility. Like,
Right.
at
And
a certain point, don't you have to be like, no, not my
and
problem?
and also, this is a bigger life lesson. If you don't have it, you can't give it. And to
right,
expect someone that doesn't have something to give something, where's the logic here?
right. Teaching the kid to buy a present versus paying back your responsibility. I mean, the parent is obviously, again, that parent is probably going to be the nightmare of this child because once that child grows up and starts making money, they're going to be like, "Where's my cut? You owe me. We're going to pay my rent now?" Like, I'd love to be able to support my parents. I wish I made that kind of money, but at the end of the day, these people have that expectation. I think they do have it a lot in some people's homes, their background, it's built into their cultures that they expect the young kids to take care of everyone else and they start taking advantage. It's not just about helping your parents, it's about they take advantage of some of these kids. And I think it's terrible that the kid wants to be responsible and spend his whole paycheck literally paying back debt and not buying gifts for family members. So clearly, I think this person's going to have a problem when they get older with their parents. So hopefully, they'll be able to work that out. But let us know in the comments if you guys come from that type of background where people expect you to buy gifts and to pay for things for them. Because I know I'm part German, and when someone comes to your house, you want to be nice, you want to buy them a gift, whatever, but not before your bills are paid if you
No,
can't
but
afford it. Yeah.
may I say something? Like, there's something about, like, you got, like, it was my birthday, right? So if you guys come over for my birthday, there's gonna be food, there's gonna be drinks, there's gonna be whatever. But I'm not going into debt for you guys. Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Right? And I would think if you had some upbringing, you would bring something with you as well. So it can't always be on both
Right.
sides.
Mhm.
Like, well, it should be on both sides, is my point. But the kid's 19. Let him be 19.
Well, that's almost the same concept as weddings. You know, like when people are trying to pay for a wedding, and then all of a sudden family members like, well, we have to invite so and so. We have
Oh,
to invite this
walk
person. We
up.
have to have it here. We have to have it on this date. You need to buy this cake. I need to have this kind of food. And they're spending other people's money. Right? It should be up to the groom and the bride who they want to invite. And that's what happens a lot of times with money, or I'm sorry, with weddings, is that people start interjecting what they need for this ceremony. And usually the other people they're expected to pay for it, right? Weddings can be very expensive and families start interjecting. And that's kind of another example of people overspend with weddings, which they go into debt. They don't have the money, but they're trying to impress their relatives or they're trying to impress their friends with these huge elaborate parties. And again, I'm with you. If you don't have the money, don't do it. Simple as that. So let us know in the comments what you guys think about that one. Am I the a hole for leaving my friend's birthday trip early after I paid so much of her stuff? Okay, it says I, 21 female, recently went on a long weekend trip with my friend Emma, 22 female, for her birthday. There were four of us in total. Before we left, we all agreed we'd split cost evenly for things we shared like taxis, groceries, and activities. As soon as we got there, Emma kept forgetting her purse or would say she had to transfer money between accounts to pay for something, but there was no signal, so she couldn't get into her banking app. At first, it wasn't a big deal. I paid for coffee and she said she'd transfer me later. Then it was lunch. Then the Uber back to the Airbnb. By the second day, I had covered almost $150 worth of expenses for her alone. Whenever I brought it up, she'd laugh and say things like, "It's my birthday weekend," or "We'll sort it out when we get home." The other two friends noticed but didn't say anything. This continued over the next 2 days. The moment that really pissed me off was when we went out for dinner, her actual birthday. Emma ordered multiple cocktails, an expensive steak, and dessert. When the bill came, she announced that since it was her birthday, everyone else should cover her share as a treat. The other two reluctantly agreed, but I said that I was happy to buy her one drink, not pay for an entire day's worth of expenses when she already owed me money. Emma got really upset and accused me of ruining the evening and being stingy. I ended up paying for my own meal, going back to the Airbnb and packing my things and getting an early train home the next morning. Since then, Emma has posted vague things on Instagram about finding out who your real friends are and reposting similar sounding videos on her TikTok. A couple of mutual friends have said I should have just let it go because it was her birthday. And now they aren't talking to me either. I wouldn't have minded covering a few things here or there since it was her birthday, but I am now almost $300 down and still haven't been paid back. I'm now thinking I probably shouldn't have left early and should have waited back at the house so we could talk it out. But she isn't someone you can really reason with wherever she goes, and I was just tired, fed up, and wanted my own bed. Am I the a hole? Ugh, that's a tough one. What do y'all think about
It's
that?
not a tough one.
Okay. What are your
What
thoughts?
is it with all these people that are trying to take advantage? This is what I would have done. And this is, you know, 44-year-old Tiffany and not, 18, 19-year-old Tiffany. By the end of the first day, when I noticed the pattern, the next day when I'm asked to go out, I'll say, I don't have any money left. I'm waiting for you to pay me back. I would not spend another dime on this person. I would leave. I seriously would leave. And then to have Michelle, you and I have talked about this before. Going somewhere with the expectation someone else is going to pay for you is so selfish and toxic and manipulative and breaking boundaries. Like this is just this is infuriating. Not okay. That is not your friend. That is
Right.
someone that is looking at you with dollar signs. You were invited to pay for everything.
Right.
I agree with Tiffany. This gives me heart palpitations. Um, I I'm just not this kind of person, right? Like, and this is not a friend. Like I said, it was my birthday. People came over yesterday, right? Do I expect anything from anybody? No. If someone brings me a bottle of wine that's $5, great, bonus. But I've traveled with my best friend before. I've never once forgotten my purse or my wallet or my ID
Mhm.
ever in my life. You wanna know why? Because you can't. That's not a thing. You get hit by a bus, you're gonna be Jane Doe in the morgue. The first thing you'll learn, man, you always take your purse with you. Second, it is like we all know people like this, and it's not okay. Like I have guilt. Like I there's no way I would want someone to do. I don't care if it's my birthday. I don't want you to pay for me. I want us to have a good time. But stuff does happen. Did my purse get stolen? And now my best friend is going to pay for the taxi because my purse got stolen.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't show up somewhere, and especially to a fancy restaurant or drinking like I've never seen water before in my life and $50 shots and whatever else.
Mhm.
No, not on your life. Never, never, never. This girl should have packed her crap and got out of Dodge. Absolutely not. She's not your friend. You are a bank account.
And also, ordering all those expensive drinks with the expectation, like, if you're gonna do that, clarify who's paying for it before you start
Yeah.
ordering. Like, that adds another nastiness to the whole thing.
Well,
But
also the other 2 girls, they weren't paying for anything. They were letting her do it herself. Why didn't they offer to say, "Oh, I got you. I got this." It's like it just was on the one girl. And then for her to say, "Well, it's my birthday. Y'all should pay for me." And a lot of times that happens. A lot of times people are like, "It's your birthday. We got you." But it should be their choice to do that. Don't just wait till the bill comes after you've ordered $500 worth of stuff and say, "Okay, you 3 pay my bill." Like that's just messed up. And especially since she was having this girl pay for everything and the other 2 girls weren't. Again, yeah, she was being very selfish.
I take it back. This girl who's paying for everything, brain's waking up. This girl is the doormat in the relationship of all of them.
Yeah.
They know if you, let's just say, right? Like we all go out, Heather's going to pay. Heather's going to pay. Heather's not going to say no. We'll just be like, forgot our wallets, blah, blah, blah. It's on Heather. And Heather's going to take one up the wazoo, right?
Mhm.
And I'm just going to do it to go along, to get along. Maybe this girl has been the doormat in the
Yeah.
relationship for however long they've been friends for.
Mhm.
But this is not a friendship. You are getting used and abused, my friend, and you should have all the feelings in the world about this. And how do you know though, if we all go to a fancy steakhouse and I say, "Hey, I forgot my wallet," how do I know you guys are not going to pull the same thing? Well, none of us have our wallets. Good news, we're all doing dishes because they're not going to let us leave the freaking fancy
Yeah.
place,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, no, that's wrong.
See, I've been lucky. I always had really nice, generous friends who a lot of times will do for me more than I do. And I always feel bad, but they were like, "Oh no, I got it. It's fine." But I don't like to owe people. So for me, it's always a tit for tat. You do for me, I'll do for you. I'm not the type of person who's just going to have a one-way street with a friend. I think you should be generous with your friends if you can, but it should be back and forth. It shouldn't just be a one-way street. I don't like the one-way friendships. I've had that before, and those aren't friendships. Those are people who are using you. But I have very sweet, generous friends. But again, I think I'm a generous friend too. We all have to. You should be equal in that. And so, but she's young and immature, but I like the way she's like, you know who your new friends are on social media. Ugh,
Yeah, you do.
yeah. Yeah, you do.
That
All
poor
right, guys.
girl. I want to take her out for dinner now.
Who?
We
Me?
should find her. That poor girl. That poor girl. We should take her out.
Anyways, I just want to wish both of these Gemini girls happy birthday. You guys have your birthdays very, very similar to each other. So happy birthday to Heather and Tiffany.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Okay.
Next year we'll have a joint party.
Wait, do you wanna see does everyone wanna see what Michelle got me for my birthday?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, so, both of these gifts are related to A Court of Thorns and Roses, and there's one character that Michelle and I fight endless. Like, as soon as his name is mentioned, World War III begins, okay? I was certain she got me a t-shirt that says I love Tamlin on it, and I don't like Tamlin at all. Michelle loves Tamlin. He's all yours, girl. He's all yours. So she got me a candle, and it said, it says, smells like Tamlin acting like a little bitch.
That's amazing.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And then she also got me this beautiful Valaris
Ooh, pretty.
water bottle. Isn't it beautiful?
It's really pretty.
Now,
I love it.
Dolores is the city in one of the books, and so we're going to drag. We've decided we're dragging Heather into this so she can
Yes.
help us with our
Chicken and screaming.
fight.
You know what I got for my
going
birthday?
with it.
My queen, Dolly Parton.
Oh
Cup
my
of Ambition.
God! Have you been to Dollywood?
No, I don't even have a
Oh.
passport, man. I haven't left Canada in like over 10 years.
Okay, we're gonna make you get a passport, and then we're.
I
gonna
want to go
take you
Dollywood.
to
I
Dollywood.
love Dolly. Look,
Yes.
Dolly
I've
spatula.
never been to Dollywood. I want to go. We're
Oh,
gonna drag you
I
into
love Dolly.
Dollywood.
But
That's cute.
that
It says,
was
does
really
it say
nice.
Cup of Ambition? Like
Yeah,
remember
it came
that
from
Cup of
Timu.
Ambition?
My friend gave it to me. So
Whoa.
you too can have a cup of ambition.
I
Thank you.
love
Timu.
it. I love it. Well, happy birthday to all of the
Thank you.
Geminis out there. So, am I the asshole for not giving my parents half of my lottery winnings? Context: I won approximately $4 million earlier this year from the lotto. Currently, the money is diversified into several index funds. I was planning on giving them $750,000 as a thank you, but when I mentioned that as a counteroffer, they got mad and started calling me selfish. I'm a 19-year-old male. My parents are 49 male and 47 female. Without going into too much detail and making this longer than necessary, I only waited around a week before I told my parents. They were excited, and so was I. It was all going fine until they started talking about the money as if it was theirs. They were talking about retiring, going on holiday, buying a boat, a new car, traveling around the world, and I asked them how much they expected to have. Stone cold face, they said half. I understood that was giving half, about $2 million left, is already enough, but why should they be entitled to that? I know they're my parents and we have a great relationship, but to me, $750,000 seems like enough as they already have their own savings and a paid off mortgage. So, am I the a hole for refusing to give my parents half of my winnings? Ooh, again, it's a little bit of the entitlement here. What do you think?
At this point, don't give them anything because
Right?
they're going to complain.
Mhm.
That's if you give them $750,000, you might as well throw that in the trash
Right.
because they're not going to be happy with it. So you're wasting $750,000.
Right. And I'm sorry, I think there's an update here. Let
Oh
me
gosh,
okay, hold on. I'm
Michelle, your
sorry.
stories
I'm
are
having heart
stressing me
palpitations.
out, man.
Oh my God.
I need some yoga after this and some chamomile tea.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just make sure I got this right. Okay. The person had edited the post. I'm sorry. He says, I posted this and went to sleep and didn't expect it to blow up the way that it did. I want to thank everyone for giving me advice and some insight on the situation. I'll do my best to reply. It says, basically, he offered his parents the $750,000. They did not accept his offer, but instead wanted the $2 million. This argument has been going back and forth for some time now. But basically, at this point, nothing has been given to the parents. So they basically turned down the $750,000 because they feel like they're entitled.
Sorry, does it say how old the kid is?
19.
No,
His parents are in their 40s.
no, the kid that won. How old?
19.
19? The kid, the parents are 47, so like my age, right?
47, 49, and he's 19 and won $4 million. So basically, after taxes, he's getting $2 million. And the
Yeah,
parents are
here,
expecting him
like
to get,
here in Canada, you don't pay taxes on your lottery
ah,
winnings. Just telling you.
yours like 50%, right, Tiffany? You'd probably take 50%
No,
for millions of
2
dollars.
mil? 2 mil can buy you an island. Your parents don't love you. Go buy an island. Change your name. Say
750K,
goodbye. Merry Christmas. Peace out.
750K, and they already have retirement and a paid off house.
Yeah,
So
so they're not
750K is a
slumming.
lot of money. You could buy a lot of stuff with that.
They're not in the hood. They don't need your money. Uh-uh. Take
Rent a
your 2
yacht.
million, come to Canada. That'll go back again to 4 million because it'll double because our money's worth
Yeah.
nothing. And buy an island on Vancouver Island. There you go, my friend. There's
Because they
another
want to
from
go
the
on.
hood life story.
They basically never have to work again. Their house is paid off.
Yep.
They have a hefty savings. That's
Mhm.
$750,000. Do you know how many worldwide luxury trips you can take? What are these people doing?
You could buy a
The
nice boat for a
We
couple thousand. I
the
mean,
ungratefulness?
ungrateful.
mhm.
Yes. No, but
It's astounding.
if my 19-year-old right now came to me and said, "I won $4 million," I'd be like, "Well, can we put something in a 401k? Can we call Susie Orman?" I know the United States people. I love Susie Orman. Dear God, we're phoning her.
Mhm.
Figure it out. Or if you're in Canada, you get an RSP or like a savings
Mhm.
account, tax free, whatever. We're going
Right.
to invest some money so you still have some money because you're 19 and going to blow it all on stupid crap. But you need to have a nest egg.
Right.
After that, if you choose to give mommy I'm not going to ask you for money. I could never imagine asking my kid for, well, you won this, now you owe me this. Because I
Right.
raised you for 19 years. Like, did they do like a spreadsheet? Like
Right.
all your Pampers diapers cost us this. Like, I don't understand that. I don't get it.
Yeah, and $2 million, he said he put into diversified funds. He offered his parents
That's a lot of money.
$750,000. It's just shy of a million. They want a million, so it's $250,000 basically that they're crying over because he got 2 million. I'm assuming out of the 4 million, I'm assuming it's a 50% tax rate. Um, I think his parents are being very selfish. They're acting like they won the lotto.
I think this kid needs to move to Canada and meet Auntie Heather, and Auntie Heather will double his money just for being Canadian and hide him from his parents. I will do that.
Yeah.
Imagine out of nowhere, you find out you're gonna get $750,000. And then you're like, "Nope, not enough. I'm not taking it
So
unless you
they
give me
turned
more."
down the offer and he didn't even give it to them. At this
The
point, he could keep the
audacity.
money himself, right?
Your own parents? What is wrong with people? Like,
That's what
dear
they always say,
God.
if you win the lotto, don't tell people you win because people automatically start thinking it's theirs and that you owe them something, right? And sometimes people have that very weird parent dynamic. Again, you owe me something, you have money now. I would love to be able to pay for my parents and buy them things, if I had the money. But just imagine if someone gave me $10,000, I would be jumping for freaking joy. Are you kidding me? So 750K, what could you do with that? You could live very nicely with that type of money. So, and now they have
May I
nothing.
say something? Here
Yeah.
in Canada, when you win the lottery, and I've had an uncle who won a big chunk of change, let me tell you. You actually have to they put you through because I live in British Columbia, the BC Lotto puts you through a school. They won't even give you the money until you understand what this much money will do for you and how to invest it. Like, it takes like a good month to get your money from the lottery. Like, if you want to on scratch offs, we call them scratch
Mhm,
wins here,
mhm.
it would take you forever to get the money because they need you to understand that this money is not going to last forever and how to invest it. And they will
Yeah.
give you investors to talk to and everything else. So I know this is probably a United States person, but maybe they should think of that and call their friend Heather to help them.
Yeah. Tiffany?
Girl, your story stressed me out.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm really stressed, man. That was four stories of me holding on to the edge of my desk.
But it's funny because we all agree that they were not the a-hole in every single situation. The one with the car, with the apology, the one with the paycheck, for the parents, the one with the lotto, and the one with the friend. I mean, these were all pretty easy that we all could simply agree that they weren't the a-hole in these situations. But let us know, guys, in the audience, what you thought of these stories. Do you agree with our assessments that the person who wrote the story was not the a-hole? Let us know in the comments, and we hope to see y'all in another video. And Tiffany, do we have some announcements to make?
Oh, I'm on the spot this time. Yeah, we're doing a book club. We will put a cover. The cover here, the name escapes me. What was it again?
The Intruder by Frida McFadden.
And we will probably be posting that episode in about 2 weeks from now. So get ready.
Yeah.
It's our next book for our book club.
And we want to thank our wonderful guest this week, Heather from the Hood.
Thank you for having me. I have heart palpitations now, but thank you.
And we were talking behind the scenes. Heather might be getting into Akatar, A Court of Thorn and Roses. We are going to get into that series maybe closer to the release of the 6th book in October, because there's like 5 books to get through. So we're gonna kindly suggest that Heather listens to these books so we can all have a 3-way argument over the main characters in the book. And we're going to find out, is Heather team Tamlin or is she team Razan? So you guys, we appreciate
Oh, get excited.
I know it's already starting. It's already starting. No influences, Tiffany. Well, anyways, we appreciate y'all being here, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye. Everyone.